well.
Hi. Slight interruption. It's okay.
That's
It's
okay.
live.
I'm not going to do mine.
Okay. Hi everyone.
Hello.
My friend Kelly and I are here at Pondok Layu in Bali. We did training in Costa Rica just about a month ago, and she's from Los Angeles.
Yes.
And take it away, Kelly.
Oh, so
Say hi.
hi everybody. I'm from Los Angeles. My full name is Kellie Koppel. You can see me on Facebook. I just had a little technical difficulty with my Facebook Live. So if you want to hook up with me, I'm Kellie Koppel at Facebook Live. At Facebook. We did,
Pachamama in Costa Rica.
yeah, we just did levels 1 through 5 for teacher training for Clarity Breathwork in Pachamama. In Costa Rica, and it was the most profound experience. So we're both intending on sharing this work as practitioners. And what we're doing here in Bali is we're assisting the teacher training and finishing up our hours for our full certification. So we can bring this to you.
Can you hear us? Because we're not sure if you can hear us. And I wanted to bring on Kelly so she can share her story because she's an actress.
Mm-hmm. I act, write, and I produce in Los Angeles, and I've been doing that for like my whole adult life. And what I found in Los Angeles is the pace is very rigorous, and the film industry is very abusive, physically, emotionally, mentally, and it's kind of like the Olympics. People go there from all over the world to live their dreams, and what you have to do in order to really succeed is give 200% all the time. And what that the dynamic that creates is one that it's very easy to get imbalanced, and it's very easy to not take your self-care to heart, and you push too much physically, too hard, you get sick, and you just push through it because there's no downtime, there's no rest time. If you're shooting a film, you might be shooting 18, 20 hours a day, and then with a 6-hour turnaround, and you go at it like that for a month, 2 months, in really difficult cold situations or hot situations. It's just really brutal. And so what I found, I had just an amazing health journey, and my body literally said no more, and it forced me into dealing with my nurturing and learning how to take care of myself.
Self-care.
Self-care is essential. And so throughout that, it was a whole spiritual journey. The physical was so crazy that I knew it was a spiritual journey. So last year, when I first was able I first started coming out of it, I was drawn to Shakti Fest in Joshua Tree, and there I met. There was one of these workshops, and Dana Dharma Devi was who is one of the founders of Clarity Breathwork. She was doing a workshop. It was a healing breath workshop, and I took this workshop, and I tell you, it was one of the most epic, transforming processes that I've experienced. I was able to, I had energy move. I was given these images, like memories, and released. At that time, the images that were coming through were having to do with dynamics that I experienced as a child with my mother, and then healing that, and I was able to breathe through. She directs you and facilitates this beautiful process of breathing through the trauma and the emotions and the energy of it, so that it can release. And then I came to this amazing point of forgiveness and just resonated with love.
In one session.
In one session.
In one experience.
That was my first experience. That was like an hour and a half workshop. And I went back. We actually, because I work with an organic, non-THC and medicinal nano-enhanced CBD. And so we had a booth there. And I went back to my girls and said, oh my God, you've got to try this. Literally,
with the breath, with the power of our own breath.
exactly. The shift that happened was monumental. And I was so taken with it. And then that was in May of last year at Shakti Fest. And then September of last year, also in Joshua Tree Bhakti Fest. I went again. I saw Dana on the schedule, and I went again. And again, had the most profound experience. And she had mentioned that they do teacher training. And I have studied and taught Kundalini yoga, kind of on the side as my hobby, as my balance, since 1994. I mean, I studied with Yogi Bhajan when he was alive, and it was a blessing. But because I'm in the film industry, it's not, this whole teaching and healing has always been a side thing. And so it wasn't my intent to become a teacher.
It's mainly to heal more and go intensive and go deeper in the clearing breath work.
Into your own healing.
Yeah, into the own healing, but it's just more time,
Exactly.
more opportunities. Just like she said, each experience, it's so different.
And it's cumulative, so it builds on the other. But I was really drawn to this teacher training, and I kind of put it in the back burner, and I was like, that sounds, I felt a resonance with it.
A calling.
A calling. And she was there in Los Angeles, in Santa Monica again in December. And I kind of played with the idea, but Costa Rica, and it was far.
Like, no way, right?
Yeah.
At first, it's like, no way. I'm not going to go there for a couple of weeks and
Exactly.
too far. But
in the jungle, in the middle of the jungle. But after my session in December, it was just like in my heart. It was like this draw. And, I didn't really have the money for it. And the universe just opened up, and things came together.
right,
And
it's just a shift in consciousness that it just happens.
things happen. It's a whole different flow. And so that's how I ended up.
4 weeks, how long? A month? Over a month?
No,
in
2 months.
2 months in Costa Rica, where at first she's like, no, it's not possible. Same thing with me, where things are like, no, it's not possible. But then you make a decision, you're like, why not? It's what happens when you clear out some things, and the new perspective shows up after breath work. And
What happens, what I experienced is happening in my healing is that literally the cells of my body, my physical cells, cleared out so much really dense energy from trauma and pain, this life, birth trauma, past lives, just all different things we're releasing. It just, whatever you're supposed to release, it comes up.
whatever you're ready for.
Whatever you're ready for, your subconscious guides it. And what I noticed with all of that release, what started happening is this energy. So like my hands and my feet, when I breathe, are full of this energy. It's like prana, it's like Reiki. And so my hands would start working energetically, moving the energy around, healing my body, clearing out more energy. And I feel like your frequency, the frequency of your cells, it raises in vibration because it releases all of the trauma, and it releases these dense emotions of fear and doubt and pain.
Yeah.
And so when that happens, you vibrate at a different frequency, and so you attract like completely different experiences.
That's impossible, but is now possible.
It's like magic. You live magic.
miracles. We resonate with miracles.
Exactly.
It's miracles. Like I'm gonna be bringing on different people here to share their story, because I feel like our story is like our life curriculum, and it's how we heal each other through the stories and yesterday's process, you know, watching people process, it's a beautiful thing, and I heal just watching them, and I feel, and it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a beautiful process with our breath, where it takes us, where it leads us into healing parts of ourselves. And like what she said with our cells, I feel like it's like waking up what's lay dormant, right? I feel like it's waking up things that were not awake, and with breathing constantly and continuously, it just energizes.
It oxygenates. What you're doing is, I've studied a lot of, and I teach Kundalini yoga. So the breath, it actually oxygenates the cells. So when you take oxygen to the cells release and it flushes the toxins out. So we store trauma and pain and emotions and energy in our cells. So when you can oxygenate them and have that energy release, and then drink lots of water because you're going to flush these toxins out of the body, that's how the healing works. So it's very
it's release and clearing, and you make space for new and more amazing belief system.
exactly. It sounds a bit esoteric,
Woo-woo.
but honestly, the science behind breathwork is very substantial, and bringing oxygen to the blood and creating a system that's more oxygenated as opposed to alkalinity, an alkaline system. It allows for healing because bacteria, viruses, cancers cannot grow. They need an alkalinic system. So if you can get your system more oxygenated, then it brings a physical health as well, and vibrance.
It's a detoxing. We release 70% toxins. The more we breathe, the more we release, because we're moving energy. It's all about moving energy and healing our body through our breath. Mm-hmm. And you're reliant on your own breath, not on anyone. What we do as breath workers is we're medicine carrier.
Yeah, we facilitate. We hold the space. We hold a non-judgmental love and support. And you are actually doing the work.
You do the work.
Your subconscious brings to you and guides you to what is needed. The energy, the release, the images, if you get images. People have different, every experience is completely different. And it's amazing. It's the most powerful, in addition to Kundalini Yoga, it's the most powerful tool that I found for spiritual healing, self-development, and release. So our class is about to begin.
Start. And so how can they reach you, Kellie?
Find me on Facebook. It's KELLIE KOPPEL. Kellie Koppel on Facebook. So,
and if you're in the Los Angeles area, reach out to Kellie.
I will be back in June, and I will be holding workshops and one-on-ones. I'm actually putting together an intensive, a boot camp, a spiritual boot camp for, I will only take maybe between 4 and 8 participants, but we will go like full on for those souls that are ready to like really transform.
Deep dive.
Deep dive, and we'll do it for about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. So I'm really excited about that because what we experienced in Costa Rica, the consistency and the back-to-back breath sessions it compounded the whole experience, and the release and transformation was absolutely life-changing.
And we're done. Thank you so much.
Namaste.
Bye, everyone.
Woohoo! Facebook Live!